All right, y'all. So I've not seen anybody upload a video about this yet, and I searched and searched and searched to try to find a way to get this repair done. My gimbal bearing failed, and I also had a hole in 2 of my bellows. So that means I needed to swap them. As you'll see, beer definitely necessary. This is a very aggravating process. I'm going to share with you a couple secrets that might be helpful to you. First and foremost, the gimbal bearing is not going to want to come out. And my housing, which I got angry and threw it under the boat. Let me get that back out. My housing would not come out. This is my housing. Got a little grass on it there. Kind of exciting. Hold on one second, I'll get that off there. I don't care. Anyway, the point is, it wouldn't come out at all. And the inner bearing, which rests in here, walk into the garage real quick and I'll show you. This bearing right here goes in here. So if you take this and set it in here, it will set right in there and twist sideways with force. And that bearing will be in that housing. Here's the problem. If it gets stuck, which mine did, then you have to find another way to get it out. So what I did was I spun this bearing sideways in that. It will go perpendicular to that housing. So it will sit, you can spin it, and it will sit like this in the housing. I broke 2 bearing pullers trying to use a slide hammer to get this bearing out. So I had to come up with another solution. I twisted that bearing, removed the actual bearing out of the housing, and then used a Dremel tool because the aluminum kept folding over with a slide hammer. I couldn't get a slide hammer attachment that would get it out. So the aluminum will fold over. I took a Dremel tool, weakened that race, and removed it. Next, these are secrets that I've learned, secrets, tricks, whatever you want to call them, that I've learned while doing this. Next, forgive my trimming indicators, they are junk. Either way, these can be a pain to get out. Apply more force, they will break loose. Additionally, the water hose. The water hose, do not kink your water hose. That's that little 3/4 water line you see right there. This. Do not kink that. It is very easy to kink, and if you kink it, then you're not able to twist it up onto the finning, which I'm not sure with the given lighting. You can probably see the clamp. It's way up in there. Very difficult to get it on there. I suggest grease. It works pretty good with grease. Additionally, people cry using the Mer Cruiser adhesive. I contacted a friend that rebuilds these on a daily basis, and now granted he's a hillbilly like myself, he said I've not used that adhesive not one single time. Now he also mentioned though, you need to really clean that surface. You need to clean that surface really well. I used acetone. I'm assuming lacquer thinner would work, maybe Goo Gone, but I don't think that's stout enough. Either way, I'm at a point now where I have my shit reassembled. Finally. I've been battling this for a week. This is the first Alpha 1 video that I have seen thus far. Next trick. Inside here. Mercruiser will tell you that you need a bearing installation tool. I say bullshit. I put mine in with a brass rod and a hammer. Now, you have to distribute your blows all the way around. Don't beat in one spot. It's not going to work for you. All the way around. Keep going around and around and around. Additionally, now, once you have your bearing installed, you've already disassembled everything. This is a reassembly video. It's not hard to take it apart. If I get requests, I will give links to videos on how to take this apart. I am not taking mine back apart again. However, when you are installing it, I don't think you need lube. You could if you like, but I don't think it's that difficult. Install your gimble bellow, your exhaust bellow, and install them and crank them tight. Do not leave them loose. Go ahead and crank them tight when you don't have this piece on. If you have this piece on already, you're not going to be able to reach anything to tighten it. On my outdrive, I have a hole here. I don't know if everyone has that, maybe just a Gen 1 thing, I don't know. This hole is very useful. It allows you to tighten the clamp on the exhaust bellow, which is through here, and goes back in. I'll pull mine out so you can see the bellow. The bellow is there. Additionally, when you go to put this piece on, and again, forgive me, I'm not a boat mechanic, I'm just really not scared of taking shit apart. When you go to put this piece back on, the trick is to grease this bellow, the gimbal bellow. Do not grease this bellow. If you grease it, no sooner than you get it pulled on, it slides right back towards the transom. It will not stay on. So I made this out of a piece of 3/8 rod, 2 washers, and 2 3/8 nuts. I made that. And basically, you can stick it in here and grab a hold of the bellow and pull and slide it onto the housing, and then you're able to tighten it up. Additionally, I'm losing my train of thought, forgive me. Oh, the little Mercruiser socket, if you will. The boat dealers want to talk to you like you got to buy all these special ass tools and spend all this money and it's going to cost a fortune and you can't do it yourself. Fuck that, you can do it yourself. The little socket's like $9 on Amazon. No big deal. I recommend it because mine were really tight, and if I had tried to have cheated and used an Allen wrench instead of that socket, that's for these right here. Hold on one second, I'll spin it. That's for these right here, your hinge pins for your trim. I recommend the socket, personally. I wouldn't want to strip them out. That would have been really annoying. I already had enough problems as it was. Either way, pay special attention. I replaced my shift cable when I did this. That'd be this guy right here. I installed a new one. He's down in there. Nice, bright, shiny little brass shift cable. Yeah, it's beautiful. There's also a cord protector. It's a piece of polypropylene plastic that just wraps around that shift cable. It's for where the cable goes through the housing. I definitely recommend taking a little bit of measurements and take some care. pre-fit this before you put these bolts in and see where that cable falls so that you properly install that cable protectant. That way, as the foot travels up and down, which is going to cause the cable, it's going to cause the cable to come in and out of the transom. The whole point of that little polypropylene protector is to keep from wear on your cable. Definitely pay attention to that. That way you don't wear your cable out, your shift cable. Aside from that, pretty much it comes apart really quick, with the exception of getting the gimbal bearing out. And again, I cannot reiterate, if you put effort into the slide hammer routine that everybody says is so easy and you cannot get it out, I recommend spinning that bearing perpendicular to the transom, remove the bearing itself, the housing will remain, and then if you have the proper tool to remove the bearing, then do so. If not, I used a Dremel tool with a carbide bit, hogged the metal out of it, and it just came right out. Either way, good luck y'all, and that's what I came up with.